For those of you that don't know, this is happening, right? Server merge news. This happened like a few hours ago? 4 hours ago? Something like that. The Japanese Twitter posted it earlier, and then people were like, what the hell? Is it only for APAC? But no, it's for everybody basically. So, dear Wanderers, in order to provide better gaming experience, we plan to implement more server merges in the near future. These details will be announced soon. Please check back soon. And then this is what they have to say. The server ecosystem has been the focus of our attention for some time now. Sure. Since receiving Wanderer feedback, we have carried out several server merges. So like several as in like twice. We've had a merge twice, right? After observing the effect of the server merges, we have decided to implement more server merges based on regions in the near future. So this will enable all servers within a region to be interconnected, allowing Wanderers to play with their friends without the need to transfer servers. All servers per region are getting merged together basically. This means that as long as you're on NA, every server you log into, you will be able to play with anybody else on NA. Basically, it's the same fucking server. Everything's gonna be merged together. So which means Solaris, New Era, whatever the hell, Tempest, every server is going to be one. World chat is going to go crazy. At least NA side, there's going to be Spanish, Tempest, and English, right? In general. C servers are gonna be crazy with all the fucking different languages. Minus 500 Tanium, yeah. Was it? It's more than 500 Tanium. Didn't you transfer away and transfer back or whatever the fuck you did? So like, next course of action, if they actually do this, what's the point of selling server transfers? Because it wouldn't make any sense. You don't need to sell server transfers anymore. So maybe after this, that same server transfer will be used for region transfers? Put on your copium tanks. Maybe we get region transfers after this. I highly doubt it, but maybe. And then people down here be like, merge the Glade soon, please. Make only 1 to 3 servers on NA, thank you. And people don't fucking read. Like, do people really not read? But basically, this literally means every single server is turning into one in the same region. And then lag shouldn't be an issue. Let's check Reddit reaction, right? Reddit be like, so NA have one server, JP will have, C will have server, yes, okay. And then people actually don't understand. Like, do nobody read? Like, everyone asking the same question. Spanish versus English. Okay, rip world boss farming. Like, think about it this way, right? If everybody gets merged into one server on the same region, they're just gonna have more channels. We're gonna go back to the early days where we have like 100 fucking channels per map or something. Most likely, like, it's gonna be good, right? Maybe optimize the game first so I don't lag with 5 people on my screen. It's like 5 people on your screen should be fine, okay? It's probably when you have 30 people. This is actually pretty damn terrible news. And then people that bought transfer tickets kind of got scammed. Is this another example of people being clueless? This is another example of people on the internet being clueless of what they're talking about. Like, doesn't that mean people who bought transfer tickets kind of got scammed? You can't buy a fucking transfer ticket. They were given out for free. When you want to transfer, you go into the menus and then you click transfer, and that will deduct your Tanium and you get transferred. There's no such thing as buying a fucking transfer ticket. So like, people just being clueless and calling them getting scammed. Does anyone know how to transfer servers? Right now on some frontier, preferable want to switch into a larger English audience. Like, I'm beginning to believe people on Reddit are just below average. I'm sorry, whoever you are, but like, this is literal news of your entire server being merged into one. And this guy is trying to ask how to transfer servers. Best news about the game. Yes, it's great news. This will make Asmon come back, trust. Yes. He will finally be able to get onto Solaris, guys. But yeah, this is good news. Okay, this is good news. All right, we talked about, remember we watched this video? All right, we watched this video about like this dude explaining how the server architecture for Unreal Engine works for TOF. Basically, like, people complaining about lag don't understand how Unreal Engine 4 works. Okay, this is a video posted by a Unreal Engine dev about TOF, right? So basically on the right side, for your traditional MMO, right, when you switch maps, and when you like teleport elsewhere, wherever the fuck, you're on one server, right? You're on one server basically. Like the entirety of that MMO server is by itself. It's on one machine. So this is the typical idea of people like, oh shit, everyone's getting merged into one server. It's gonna lag like crazy, right? How will the servers be able to handle the game and the population? They think about a traditional MMO where like the more people, the more lag it is. But like for TOF, every single, like this guy literally switched maps, right? He went from teleported from one map to another map, and you can see that this is 2 different IP addresses. He went from one server to another server. So basically how TOF Unreal Engine works is like every channel, every map is literally like its own server instance. You can have a shit ton of people on one server, they're all interconnected, but like if you switch a channel, then like that's everybody, all the player data is handled by that server specifically. It's not like one machine handling everybody. Different computers for each channel and each map, pretty much. That's why TOF has a like pretty low channel player cap, so that one server instance can handle everything decently well, I guess. The amount of lag should be exactly the same as it is now. It's basically all the different servers, like every server on NA basically, right? However many servers we have, the physical hardware is going to stay the same. It's just your player data is now shared, and then everybody can hop to whichever server you want, right? It's probably still the same machine handling everything. It's just all the data is, you can, like your player data is shared amongst all the servers now. So you can matchmake, you can like world chat is all connected now. Everything else is connected. You're still going to log in exactly the same way, just like how CN does it, right? If you go to my server, right, it used to be 25. Now all 25 over here are on one server. They're all connected data. You still log in the same way. And then you can have multiple accounts now on each server, but they all end up in the same place anyways. They're all yellow. They ignore CN. Every server on CN is yellow. This indicator is fake news, right? And then you go to Astra. Like every server here is basically one besides this first one. But then like if you're on Bangies, if you're in this region, you can't play with people on this region, whatever the fuck, right? I mean, technically CN has cross-region matchmaking for some things. You can play cross-server matchmaking from Bangies to Astra, but like, it's a different concept for global. Yeah, basically all 25 here is one server. So yeah, server merge would be good. Maybe a Perfect World has also fixed some of their netcode and they're confident that this will work now. That's why they did it. Who knows? This is a more hopium for the future as well of crossplay. If it's only one server and everything can play together, why not make it crossplay with PlayStation, right? Inhale more copium. Cross-region shouldn't be a thing for global. I disagree. Cross-region should not be a thing because of the lag and everything else. It's just not good. Cross-servers is what's going on right now. Cross-regions is bad, especially for global, because, you know, the ping, the physical distance between the different regions is just too great. It's a terrible experience. The only problem I have with the gigantic mega servers is the language in world chat. It's gonna be chaotic as fuck the first few days. Everyone transfer into their respective crews and talk in crew chat, I guess. World chat's gonna be chaotic as fuck. Like your one sus server is gonna get merged with all the other servers that are normal, and then world chat's gonna have some sort of civil war. But yeah, oh, also this, I was reading this earlier today. Apparently, like I had no idea this was an actual thing, but it's in Chinese. It's like an Unreal Engine blog post about the tech used in Tower of Fantasy. This is like, people are asking what the fuck is gas. It's like gameplay ability system, blah blah blah, and how TOF implements all this shit. It's posted by Scylla, so that's where that boss name came from. One of the devs is named Scylla. This is published by a TOF dev basically for Unreal Engine. So basically, like, to recap how this works, TOF uses a local predicted system when you cast a skill. So basically, even if you have a 400 millisecond ping, when you press a skill, the skill is cast immediately local side, and then the server gets it that you press the skill, and then the server would calculate, and then the server would be like, okay, I accept this, and then it'll feed back, and then the boss loses HP, right? Basically, when there's a shit ton of people hitting a world boss, like, you can press all your skills, and then you see the boss HP not moving at all, and then after a second, a huge chunk goes down. That's basically how this shit works. And then you get cooldown and no damage, because yeah, it's like local prediction. You're doing it locally, and the server's gotta take the fucking input and process it. But sometimes when there's too many people, some shit gets dropped. But yeah, this is a great article if you guys want to like Google Translate, ChatGPT translate this shit. Basically, this is why there's lag when there's a shit ton of people playing this game, killing a world boss. This is a game engine problem. Why there is lag in TOF is because they chose to use Unreal Engine 4 as the basis of the game, unlike traditional MMOs. And Unreal Engine 4 is more about realism and real-time like simulations and shit. And there's a lot of data being passed around from your client and the server. And this is why dropping your player visibility to 5 will alleviate a lot of the lag. Is because like every entity that's on the screen has a rotation, has like different statuses, right? That everything's got to be synced and shared with everybody in the region. Like the server's got to handle all these different requests and simulate everything and then like send it back to each client, right? So that's why if you show more people, there's more lag. That is why every time an Alice clone gets generated, that's another extra entity that has its own properties. It's like another player basically. And then it's fucking tremendous amounts of lag. So that's why if you're trying to do world bosses with a shit ton of people, like drop the player visibility to 5 and you should be good to go. And pray to God the 5 people that you do see isn't spamming Alice. I think only Alice. Alice is the main culprit of all the fucking lag in this game. The current Frost comp doesn't spam Alice anymore, so it's good. It's fine, I guess. You guys actually feel server lag on your servers? I don't think so. Not as bad as before, right? Right? Spamming Yulan's wolf, that's not an extra entity. That's not a wolf, that's a fucking tiger. But like the tiger is not an extra player entity, so it doesn't have all these fucking different variables that gotta be synced on with everybody. That's literally an effect that you can turn off, right? That's just an animation. The problem with Alice is it's another extra entity. That's why it's fucked. All right, do we have a date on this? No, we do not. But predicting the date is kind of easy, right? I have a feeling this might happen. Like the earliest it could happen is before anniversary, right? We still got like 2.5 weeks until anniversary and the next patch. I have a feeling this might happen before anniversary. Apparently for anniversary, I might be hosting, I don't know yet, this is all up in the air right now. Might be hosting some sort of semi-official anniversary stream event, whatever the fuck, I don't know. And the servers, if all the servers are merged together, then you know that'll be very easy to facilitate. BDO can do 100 versus 100 plus. Okay, we gotta go back to this thing. Literally, this guy explains why. It's an Unreal Engine like netcode implementation problem. Like it don't work. The backend network infrastructure just don't support that many people. Like it's gotta sync. Like it's like a physics-based engine thing. Upgrading to UE5 is not the solution here, although it would be better. I forgot where he said it, but like basically all other big like traditional MMOs all operate based off of like keyframes and shit. Not everything is synced between servers. That's why I can handle over 100 people, right? So the Unreal Engine 4 network infrastructure, every unit has a bunch of different things that needs to be synced. The position, the rotation, the size of every unit, all the skills being cast, everything. When they have a change, all gotta go back and forth to the server and recalculated and synced with everybody else. So like it's just Unreal Engine 4's problem basically. You can change over to UE4, right? This is how like you upgrade an engine for a game. You don't upgrade everything, because if your game is based off of UE3 with better network implement, I know a lot of MMOs use UE3, right? They all have custom netcode basically. If you're an actual MMO, you should make custom netcode and shit, right? You gotta use the actual custom game engine designed for MMOs. But like for TOF, where there's like physics and all this other shit, that's like this game is more about realism. The priority here isn't the MMO. But yeah, server merge happening should be a good thing overall, right? The game will feel way more alive during anniversary.